The next kind of important thing is imagine that you've gone through the connector catalog, seen a bunch of things there, but nothing there is exactly what you want. These are not covering the different types of data sets that you are interested in. You're interested in something where you know where the data is or you know how to go find it, but you want TriggerWare to connect to it. So you're not stuck. It's not like you are limited to the connectors in the connector catalog. This is where we can use something like custom connectors. So click on custom connectors. And let me just create a scenario for you. I'm interested in the Walmart shopping, uh, uh, the shopping list. I have a bunch of people in my family or in my business that are interested in quickly looking at Walmart online to see what items, a specific category of items, were how they are offered, etc. Now the question is, how would you be able to connect to that? You have many options. You may want to go directly to Walmart and see if they have APIs and so forth. In my case, I happen to see, again, going back to SERP API, that it is a very vast set of data that I can get from it. And I want to create a custom connector through SERP API to my Walmart. So I'm going to create something called Walmart. So I have to give the connector a name. So I'm going to call it Walmart Shopping. And the prompt I'm going to provide says, I'm going to give the API, the AI some guidance. I'm going to say using SERP API, define a connector that fetches Walmart shopping items related to a provided category. I'm being quite formal. I mean, that's just my nature. The AI is much more forgiving. You can provide all kinds of prompts and it generally will understand. But of course, the quality of the prompt matters. I mean, here I'm providing some key bits of guidance. Hey, I want you to not look for any old API to Walmart and make me use it. I already have a SERP API key, and I want to use that. So using SERP API, define a connector and so forth. And let's see what it does. Now, here's a good example of once you create it, right? This is going to take a little bit of time. You can monitor what it's doing. So you can go to AI tasks and click on Walmart shopping. It's created a task there, and you can actually kind of, if you're interested, see what the dialogue is. So it started the connector generation, it's fetching the, say, SERP API, and it's filling out the transcript as you go down. And then it's at some point, it's just continuing to generate the thing. As it's doing this, I want to just explain a couple of things about what it's going to do. There are two things that the AI does for TriggerWare. It will generate the definition of the table based upon what it's able to find from the SERP API, and it will also generate the code necessary to go get the data from there according to that template. So you notice there's something called YAML here. It wrote the YAML schema. That's basically the table definition. And then it writes the Python code corresponding to that YAML in order to get the exact data set. So as you go down here, it finally finishes, the connector is created. So this is kind of like an interesting part if you want to know kind of inside baseball, what's it actually doing with the prompt that we provided, then you can look at it. So let's look at the custom connectors. Now you see Walmart shopping available, okay? And it's asking you whether it's installed. Not yet. A custom connector isn't automatically installed because we want you to inspect it to make sure that the AI has generated something you expect. So definitely you should look at the table and you notice that the category is required. We provide a category. And once the category is provided, this thing gives you back a bunch of useful information about the Walmart shopping list. So I'm ready to install this. I'm going to install it. This looks reasonable to me. I'm going to install it. When you try to install it, don't forget, this goes through SERP API and we have to provide that credential. So let me go ahead and provide that credential again. So this is another an example of a connector that goes through the SERP API, which is a common thing we use. We use other data providers as well. Bright Data, and many others that are in the business of going and getting data from the wild and making it available to agents and apps. So if you go to My Connectors now, because we just installed Walmart, it should be here. So there's Walmart Shopping. Okay, so I can click on Walmart Shopping and you'll see that it's now ready to be run. And I want to go here and create a query. So I'm going to create a query. Let's call this sample 3. Is there any item that either of you is interested in looking at in Walmart?
About soccer goal nets.
Okay. So now, once again, this thing is now reaching through SERP API's Walmart connector, which we have now installed. And shortly, you'll see if everything works out, you'll be able to see the shopping items that we just looked for with the specific keyword that Dave asked us to enter. So as this thing is executing, always remember that going out to look for live data is like, it's not exactly the same as reaching into an enterprise data source or into something that's readily cached. This thing is reaching into the live data and executing the keyword that we are looking at. And so there it is. Looks plausible, Dave?
Yeah, I can see the one we bought. It shows up right at the top there.
Oh, really? Very interesting.
Yeah.
So this is the interesting thing that TriggerWare provides is, and something like this, so data that you did not previously know how to get into your platform, you can now get it without the headache of going out to write code in order to go get the stuff from there, to create a data pipeline with the ETL, ELT, and store it in a warehouse and all this. You're able to do everything that you can with live data that you previously could only do with the help of a local warehouse or something like that. So the idea of querying any data source from anywhere is kind of like a very important thing that we are able to do.